Hello, everyone, and welcome, and thank you for sharing this sacred space with me. I'm back with the card of the week. So, this week heralds in a new month. And I have done a card of the month video for you that covers some energy updates and the card of the month. If you would like to have a look at that, you can check it out on my Instagram, on my YouTube, or on my Facebook. So, okay, a new month, a new week. So, as I said briefly, I think May will be the phase 2 of 2022 starting. I feel like the energy is shifting with the eclipse season coming on, with the solar eclipse that we had yesterday here in Australia, maybe today for you, wherever you are in the world, and the lunar eclipse coming up on the 16th of May. So, very much a time of shifting portals, opening doorways, quantum choice points, a lot of unexpected surprises, a lot of things happening. So, a lot of spinning around, closing cycles, and the beginning of new ones. So some exciting times coming up. So please check out my video for card of the month, and you'll have some more information there about May and also the card of the month, which was acknowledged. Okay, for those of you that don't know me, my name's Antoinette and I'm an intuitive healer, and I'm also the author of my Pain to Purpose Healing Oracle, which during the week has arrived in Australia, and I'm very, very excited to announce that I should have that stock within 2 weeks. They've told me 2 weeks. So for those of you that have already ordered my deck, I will be shipping it out to you in about 2 weeks. For those of you who feel like you want to check it out, please, please, please check it out. My website is AntoinetteThompson.com. You can go on there and you can check it out and have a look and order your own deck. So, as always, the card of the week will come from my deck. So let's do a little bit of a shuffle and see what our guidance for this week beginning the 2nd of May will be. Let's do a little bit of a shuffle. Okay. All right, so we're going to set the intention to ask for guidance for the week beginning May 2nd. Ask the angels and source energy to give us some guidance, and set the intention that we will receive one card for some guidance for the week. Whoopsie, and they all fall down. Okay, the eclipse season is here, it seems. Okay, one card for some guidance for all of us for the week beginning May the 2nd. Thinking about it. Okay. Oh, beautiful one coming out. So the card of the week is creativity. How beautiful is that? So it's interesting how I mentioned about feeling that the energy of May is all about like going into phase 2 of 2022, and the implementation of all of our soul integrating that we've been doing for probably since the beginning of the year, probably since last year, on our healing journey. But particularly April was a month where we were integrating all the new soul codes, all the healings, all the new frequencies, all the new vibrations. So we were doing a lot of that integrating, and for most of us, it was a very heavy month, a lot of purging. I know that I was sick for a couple of weeks, and that was a process of my purging and my releasing and my, alchemizing into wisdom. So, yeah, so it's really, really good, that really beautiful card that has come out for us for this week, and it's already, I'm feeling the energy is a bit lighter. So it's time for us to create, and that implementation stage of implementing our feminine, like implementing our creativity, implementing our vision, our intuition, all of that, integrating it into, anchoring it into the ground, and then having the rising masculine take on and put those ideas and shifts and desires into action and anchor it into positive action and grounding into our human experience. So very much about implementation. And when we think of creativity, I know that there's a lot of, for me, there was, and I think for all of you, there's a lot of patterning, conditioning with society about what creativity is. And it's funny because when I was channeling this image for this card, they showed me a paintbrush. And, I remember them saying to me, creativity has many forms, and it's not just a paintbrush, but people can relate to creativity like as if it's painting. So that's why I was probably, guided to actually draw the paintbrush so that it would be relatable to everybody. But what I really love is the rainbow colors in the background, and that to me is representative of that creativity can take so many different forms and so many different shapes. And it can be writing, it can be music, it can be poetry, it can be painting, it can be drawing, it can be sewing, it can be so many different things. And it could be gardening. We often don't associate these things with creativity, but when you're asked the question, do you think you're a creative person, you might straight away say, no, I don't think I'm a creative person. Um, I know that my creativity was very much limited when I was a child. I wanted to dabble in all of this, but there was a very strong sense of, I couldn't make a mess. And maybe some of you that are listening to this can relate to this, and this is what this card represents in my personal journey, in that it was shielded, like it was protected, and the verse says my creativity limited to what was protected. So for me, I had a very, what can I say, small scale about what I could create and what I was allowed to create, because the focus was always on not making a mess. So, and if I did make a mess, I had to do it outside. So, with me, my creativity was suppressed somewhat when I was a child. And that is the probably the meaning that's come through for me with the shield, in that it was shielded, it was suppressed, it was protected. So I wonder, if some of you that are listening can relate to this, in that, you may have wanted to be more creative, or you may have been, very creative when you were a child, but then somehow for some reason that was actually suppressed. And, creativity is related to our feminine side. So, there's a lot of reasons why perhaps your creativity was suppressed as a child. You may have experienced trauma, you may have experienced pain, there may have been, cultural patterns, there may have been ancestral patterns, there may have been patterns like myself where I wasn't allowed to make a mess and therefore it was suppressed. So it's, this card this week is asking us to look at that and to reflect on that, and how we are creative. How are you creative? What do you create? What do you want to create? I mean, when I created this deck, it was so far off my radar that I would do this, and it was an indication of how limiting, what I had, the so limiting belief systems around what I could create and what I could do. So it's really asking us this week to have a look and see what we want to create. Where have we not created? What are we creating? We might already be creating something. We may, and then implementing it into the world, into this second phase of of 2022 and taking it out, into the world and sharing it, which is the same thing as I'm doing, taking my deck out into the world and sharing it. And that is very, very exciting for me, and can't wait for you guys to work with it. So I'm going to read the channeled message that came to me when I was channeling this drawing. That's in the 140-page guidebook that comes with the deck. And I shall read it for you. And again, I encourage you to spend some time, in silence and in reflection with the card, with the image of the card. See what stirs up in you. See what comes through for you. You can journal if you like, or just listen, to the channeled message and just take it in and see how it sits with you and what rises in you. Creativity. My creativity limited to what was protected. How do you create? Creativity is the art of expression. The soul displaying its colors, its textures and its shape. When one's creativity is suppressed, the child at play is numbed. Creativity is the expression of oneself in its unique likeness. No two pieces of creativity are the same, just as no two beings are the same. Creation is the alignment and manifestation of all that motivates and inspires us. Without creativity, our colours are dulled, our light fades into darkness, and there is no longer distinction or clarity of nature. We need to play. We need to explore. For creativity is not a subject limited to time and space. It is only limited by us. Perhaps you have curbed your expression, or perhaps your inherent environment surrounding culture, religion, and belief systems have influenced your creative freedom. When the heart is open and free, you will begin to connect with that inner creativity. Allow that burst of passion and expression to escape the walls of confinement. It is just waiting to be birthed into the physical world for all of us to enjoy and cherish. You never know what form it will come in. Perhaps painting, writing music, or a song, learning a musical instrument, or writing poetry. The opportunities are endless. Stand proud in your creativity. Stand proud in the essence that is uniquely you and only you. What a beautiful card, I feel that message is so inspiring and motivating for us for this week, to show your colours, to show all the colours that you are made of, to show your creativity, to actually indulge, the word that's coming through, to indulge in your creativity, to allow yourself to play and connect with that inner child. So it's going to be an exciting week. Please allow yourself to connect with that part of your soul that wants to create. It's not about judging it. It's about doing what you love and doing what fills you, and absorbing all the colors that we have available to us from our souls and externally, as well. And creating within ourselves something that is just so joyous and brings us so much peace and harmony. So I hope you guys enjoy this card this week. It's a beautiful, beautiful card to come up. Have fun exploring. Have fun connecting to that inner child. If you weren't allowed to create, like I wasn't allowed to, then just go wild, and just do something that you love doing that is in itself creating. It doesn't have to be a painting or a writing or a poem or a piece of music. Just create what you love. Even planting a plant is creating. You are creating the life of giving that plant life. you know, it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. So I send you all so much love. I send you all so much inspiration and motivation to create and fill this world with with all the beautiful colors that are in our hearts that we need to implement into the world. I send you all peace, love, and light. I wish you all a beautiful week. Bye for now and take care. Bye.